Hey everybody, how you doing? Danny Harris here, Explosive Golf Marketing. Today I want to take you back a little bit to 1885 and something that I've discovered that I haven't seen for a little while. I forgot I had this piece of paper here. I'm going to tell you what's on it in just a second. But this video comes out of a conversation I had earlier with someone. And I have this same conversation quite frequently with golf club managers and golf pros and so on. And it goes along the lines of, I suggest, why don't you try some Facebook advertising, for example? And that person will say, we tried that once and it didn't work. Or I'd say, put an advert in a magazine and say, yeah, we tried that once, it didn't work. Or I'd say, put an advert, do a Google ad, and they'll say, yeah, we tried that once, it didn't work. Do an email campaign, yeah, we tried that once, it didn't work. Well, here's the thing. You see, if you try something once, it is highly unlikely to sort of get you any results. If you put yourself in your potential members, clients, customers' shoes, whichever kind of person you're looking for, and you think, if you see an ad in a magazine, for example, even if it's something you're quite interested in, you very rarely buy that thing instantly. You don't just drop everything and say, I'm going to buy that now, because you could be in any sort of situation. You might be at an airport, you might be, you're just not in a position to buy the thing. So you have to kind of remind people that you've got this ad all the time. Now, I'm going to read this out to you, and it's taken from a book called Successful Advertising, a book by Thomas Smith, who was a businessman in London in 1885. And I promise you, what is said here by Thomas Smith is as relevant today as it was in 1885. And the question Thomas Smith raises is, how many times do you need to advertise? And he lists it like this. The first time a man looks at an advert, he does not see it. The second time, he does not notice it. The third time, he is conscious of its existence. The fourth time, he faintly remembers having seen it before. The fifth time, he reads it. The sixth time, he turns his nose up at it. The seventh time, he reads it through and says, oh brother. The eighth time, he says, here's that confounded thing again. The ninth time, he wonders if it amounts to anything. The 10th time, he asks his neighbour if he has tried it. The 11th time, he wonders how the advertiser makes it pay. The 12th time, he thinks it must be onto a good thing. The 13th time, he thinks perhaps it might be worth something. The 14th time, he remembers wanting such a thing a long time ago. The 15th time, he is tantalised because he cannot afford to buy it. The 16th time, he thinks he will buy it someday. The 17th time, he makes a memo to buy it. The 18th time, he swears at his poverty. The 19th time, he counts his money carefully. The 20th time, he sees the ad and he buys what is being offered. And as I say, that's taken from Successful Advertising, a book by Thomas Smith. Now, there is no golden rules. In this thing, he's obviously listed 20 occasions. There is no thing that says, you've got to see something 11 times or 9 times or 15 times, I don't know, whatever. Some people spout all of this stuff, but the fact is there is no black and white. But what I do know is people are going to have to see your adverts and your promotions more than once before they're likely to buy something. If you think, let's suppose you're advertising membership of your golf club, just because you see an advert today and you don't want to act right now today, that doesn't mean in the next month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, you're not going to want to act. So you may well want that thing that's being sold, but it's just not the right time for that person right now. For whatever reason, that person can't kind of, sign up to your offering today. And I think one of the key things is, and a very important sort of way to think about things, is it's not your potential members, customers, clients, whatever you want to call them. It's not your potential members' job to remember that you're there. It's your job to remind them. And if you can do all of these little steps, they don't have to be full on hard sort of adverts or anything like that. But the more little nudges you can make someone towards whatever it is you're trying to sell, in this case probably golf club memberships or coaching clients, just nudge them a little bit, and just reminding them that you're there all the time will get you your 20 kind of steps, as Thomas Smith is saying, and it will get you plenty of customers, clients, members, whatever it is you're looking at. I hope that makes sense. I'm going to put a little picture of this in the comments, so if you want to read it at your leisure, please do so. I've actually taken this from, this is a bit of advertising blurb from a friend of mine who runs a company called Print for Profit, and that's why you'll see that little logo on the bottom there. But I hope that will make sense. As always, if you know anyone you think might be interested in this video or could learn from some of the things that we share on here, feel free to tag them, share this, all of that kind of stuff. And I look forward to seeing you in another video very soon. Bye-bye for now.